In this week's Sunday Catchup podcast, I am talking to you about the Stillness retreat that I ran yesterday. The analogy that Will I Can came up with about grass seed and manifestation. And I'm talking to you about what we got up to today and a really interesting podcast we listened to. So all this coming up. So get your cup of tea, sit down, get comfortable and enjoy. Hello and welcome to this week's Sunday Catch-Up podcast. How are you? And how has your week been? Little funny story to start. I recorded this podcast yesterday, Sunday afternoon. It was a brilliant one. It was 35 minutes long. I was really happy with it. It was great. Sent it to Alistair, who then does it all for me. And he sent me a message this morning to say, Carolina, it only recorded the first 3 minutes. Mwah, mwah, mwah. So I am recording it all again. So we get a brand new podcast that I then was like, oh gosh, what happened last week? Because I'd forgotten. And so here we are, take 2. So as I'm going to go through this podcast, I'm going to think, I'm sure I've told you this before, but of course I haven't. It would have been a funny podcast, wouldn't it? With just silence all the way through it. That would have been an interesting one. So, how was your week? I hope it was... What do I hope it was? I hope it was positive, that you learnt something from it, that it was inspiring, and that you felt happy. That's what I wish for your week. I'll tell you all about mine now. So let's start with what we got up to on Sunday. So Will and I got up early and we went for a jolly at the seaside and we had a wonderful morning out. So we went to our normal place. We got up early Sunday morning and we went to East Preston, which, as you know, if you listen to these podcasts regularly, you know that's where we love to go. But instead of where we normally go for breakfast, we went to the hotel called the Seaview, which is a beautiful hotel, really, really nice and great place. And we had a coffee there. We looked at the breakfast menu, thought, yeah, that looks pretty special. It was so nice. We could sit outside. It's such a nice hotel, but it just, as I explained in a couple of podcasts ago, that it just doesn't look anything from the outside, but when you go in, and it was really busy. So anyway, we had a coffee and then we went off for our walk and we had a really nice walk. We walked along the seafront on our little bit of green all the way down, and then we walked back up all past the houses and chose our different house that we're going to buy this time. But we're always buying different houses down there. Not that we are, but in our mind, we are buying the different houses. So yeah, so it was really good fun. We love to do it. It's really nice. We managed to catch up with each other. We managed to chat things through. We talk about what's on our mind. We talk about stuff that we've learned or that we've done, and we share it, and it's really nice. And I love chatting it through with Will because he's always got like a different perspective of different things. He sees things differently, and I love that we can chat about things. And obviously the same for I do the same for him. So it's really nice to do that. And then we went for breakfast and sat in the garden of this hotel, and yeah, it was awesome. It was so awesome. Really nice. Breakfast was great. It was a nice treat. It was lovely. And then on the way back home, we went to somewhere we'd never been, but we'd been recommended it. Have you ever been to, if you live in the UK or if you visited the UK, have you ever been to Knepp Wilding? There was a castle there, Knepp Castle, back in the 1100s, and you can just see it from the A24. Really nice. It looks really interesting. Anyway, we went there, and they do safaris because there's wild deer and lots of wildlife, and There's a lovely, beautiful cafe, and they do loads of evening events. It was spectacular. And we thought we'd go for a little walk, which we did, which turned out to be much bigger walk than we anticipated. And we were having a right old laugh. We were like two kids, because they do safaris. We pretended we were on a safari. So, of course, we weren't just looking for the deer, were we? We were looking for the rhinoceroses. We were looking for the lions. We were looking for the giraffes. And, we saw a lot of rhinoceros poo. But we didn't actually get to see one. We saw a boa constrictor. We saw a swish for lion's tail. We saw this giraffe gate, because the gate was so tall, giraffes could fit through it. The log was just an amazing boa constrictor, and the cow poo was great rhinoceros poo. So we had an amazing time. It was really fun. We really enjoyed it. And it's just nice to do something fun, isn't it? And just to be silly. I just think that's part of being the magic, and being in the magic and just being present. And it was just lovely. It was so nice. But we didn't really understand their map, and the bit that we thought we were going, we just thought was a little walk, and actually it turned out to be a really big walk. So we did 2 huge walks yesterday, but we loved it. Loved it. So that was yesterday. It was such an awesome day. And then we got back, and Amelia and Freddie were coming round, and they were at a picnic, so they didn't come home for a couple of hours. So we had a couple of hours just to chill out and do some stuff. I did some work and stuff. So, yeah, Sunday was great. I did my podcast, which I'm doing again today. So apologies for it being late. So it was just such a nice day. It's nice when you have those days, isn't it, where you just take time out from work, take time out for yourself, just really important. Saying that, the day before, Saturday, I ran a stillness retreat in Box Hill at the Burford Bridge Hotel. Beautiful hotel. It's got its own swimming pool, and you can use their swimming pool privately as well. So you can become a member and go down, or you can just have a day membership and use the swimming pool. Not that we used the swimming pool on Saturday. We just had an amazing day. It was summer solstice, 21st of June. The energies were high. It was incredible. We were celebrating 18 years of Quest that day. Can you believe 18 years? 3 years in your village, and then 15 years in the Ashley Centre shopping centre. Incredible. Can you imagine 15 years ago, I was really like, do we really want to open this kind of beautiful gift shop in the shopping centre? But we did, and we've survived, and it's great. I love it. It's absolutely beautiful. As you know, if you've been there, it's such a lovely shop. The vibe is high. It's beautiful. So yeah, we were celebrating 18 years, and of course it wouldn't be there without you. So thank you for all your support and customer over the years. We really appreciate you. We've had some tears, we've had some laughters, we've had some amazing happy times, we've had sad times, we've had angry times, we've had all kind of times, but most of all we've had the best time. And we've all that's worked there, the whole team, and everyone involved with Quest, we've all been giving our best, we've all been doing our best, and we've learned loads, and we've loved it. It's been an honour. It really has. It's been fantastic. So who knows how long is it going to go on for, but it's definitely been the most amazing 18 years, and it's really amazing right now, and I feel really lucky that I've been able to be custodian of it, and I've really just facilitated it and just given my absolute best. And it's really nice actually, because I've been able to take some time away from the shop. I've still been working in the shop. I'm working with the shop. I'm working with the team, but I've just not been on the shop floor so much. And I've been able to just pull back a little bit and just have what I call is my little sabbatical for the summer, while Amelia's around and Amber's helping out. It's just for June, July and August, just so that I can focus on some of my other passions that I'm loving doing, which is doing lots of content creation. I'm just loving doing loads of videos for YouTube and for social media, just to spread a little bit of light and positivity and just kind of challenge myself, because you might not know, but I went to a voice coach because I really thought I had a rubbish voice for meditation, but it turned out I had the best voice for meditation. Didn't really have much confidence as far as my podcasts and stuff. I used to have lots of confidence when I worked as a sales manager in the Prudential, but then I seemed to lose it. But I've managed to work on myself and get myself back. So I'm just really enjoying myself, challenging myself every day. How can I do better? How can I do better? How can I do better? And appreciate that I am doing my best and that I am giving my best. But what I'm loving most of all is that what I do now, I only do if it lights up my fire. If it literally lights up my heart, I will do it. And it's been a long time to get here, but I've got here. And so, so Quest is incredible. I'm loving following my hearts and my passions, and I'm loving what I'm doing. And if you haven't checked out my YouTube, please do. Please give me a follow. Please go and get the meditations. People are telling me that they're loving it. A shout out to Emily. You know who you are. Thank you so much for your wonderful feedback about the podcast. It's people like you. It's the feedback that I get that keep me going. So I really appreciate it. Thank you for telling me that you listen to me every night to go to sleep and that the sleep meditation is really helping you. I'm so glad. And there are so many meditations on YouTube, and not only that, on my app, the Soul Space app, which we've lovingly put together. It's incredible. Alistair's done such a good job on it, and we're going to be putting loads of content and investing a lot more time and money in that. And I'm really excited to be growing that with you. And that comes back to summer solstice, the stillness day. It was amazing. It was a day of stillness, and we were just working on ways of connecting to that stillness within us. We were doing walking meditations, we were doing sitting meditations. We had a beautiful singing bowl meditation led by sound bath led by Laura at Soul Fuel, FUEL _ by Laura. And she was incredible. Laura Holbert, really great. And we're going to be holding more sound baths very soon, and more retreats, because it was awesome. It's just awesome to spend time together. And this is why, I'm going to come back to that day because it was very special. But this is why I created the Soul Space app, was because of days like Saturday, where it's so nice. And when I used to train Reiki, and when I do my workshops and retreats, everybody said how amazing it is. But when they go back into the real world, they lose it. And that's why I did the app, so that people can have daily reminders and can have meditation that they can use daily in their life. And so that's why the app is there. And also there's a journaling facility, and there's sharing of affirmations and notes and things. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. So check it out. If you have an Apple phone, check it out on the Soul Space app by the Soul Coach. So anyway, coming back to Saturday, it was such an awesome day. It was absolutely brilliant. We had 11 ladies, and there was 13 of us altogether, 11 ladies, and then Alison, who was there supporting me and helping me. And it was just amazing. And what I loved the most was 3 C's. I thought about this. It's the 3 C's. The courage to embrace what comes up, what came up for those ladies, and they had the courage to face it and meet it and greet it. Because to feel stillness, there's stuff in the way, and the stillness will find that stuff, and then it's up to us. Do we run from it, or do we face it and embrace it? And they faced it and embraced it, and it was wonderful. It was absolutely brilliant, and just loved the courage of the ladies. It was very inspiring. It really was. And also caring. The other C is caring. Everyone was so caring towards each other. There was the other third C was compassion. There was so much compassion, so much care. And I witnessed a lady be helped by another lady in the walking meditation, because she was really struggling with it, and she helped her, and they did it together, and it brought a tear to my eye. Just that compassion and that care and that willingness to help. It was just really lovely, really, really, it was really inspiring, really inspiring. So yeah, it was a beautiful day. Loved it, and I'm looking forward to running another workshop in September, spiritual awareness workshop. We're going to do a day workshop on that, and then another stillness day. We're going to do a couple of sound healing baths. Yeah, there's quite a lot coming up, but I'm very excited. That was Saturday, and what a lovely way to spend a day. So that was awesome. Also, I had a couple of clients this week. Valerie, it was so nice to see you, and I know you'll be listening to this at home, and I know you're on your way back to Australia, but really was really lovely to see you, and look forward to seeing you soon. And the other thing as well, that seeing a couple of clients, seeing some people on Thursday at Quest was really nice, and also did this kind of not new things. I've done it a few times, but it was just hadn't done it for a little while, and that's the power of doing Reiki whilst coaching, and the power of being able to clear the energy away and helping the body and the emotions and the mind come into balance, and that releasing, and doing the coaching and the Reiki was really powerful. So that was an honor to do that, and was it was just awesome. That was great. What else did we do? We met up with friends, which was really nice. I had a lovely night. That was on summer solstice, and Laura at work had bought us a bottle of champagne, so we shared a bottle of champagne with our friends. We done some things in the day on this retreat where it was what we wanted to let go of in our life, and then I burnt them in the evening in our fire pit, so that was lovely as well. And we saw friends, which was nice, which I've said. Blah blah blah. On the way down to East Preston, we listened to a really good podcast, and I thoroughly recommend it. It's on the diary of the CEO, and it was a pod with Stephen Bartlett. And it was a podcast with Dr. William Lee, and it was all about food and what foods are a really good medicine for the body. And yeah, I thoroughly recommend it. It was brilliant. It was really good, really, really good. And the foods that some of the power foods are dark chocolate, like your cranberries, your blueberries, really powerful. I haven't got to the end of it, only the beginning one, but it's all about creating these shields in your body against cancer. And what he said absolutely made sense, and it was balanced as well. And he has done so much study on food medicine, so we really enjoyed that, and I look forward to finishing that. A couple of other highlights this week. I got up early, which is wonderful. There is nothing like getting up early and meditating. I've really enjoyed that, and doing Pilates, beautiful way to start the morning. So that's been really good fun. So, right, guess who we haven't talked about? Will I Can. So I've got a couple of things to talk to you about him, because he's been having fun. So he has been taking care of outside of our beautiful cottage, because the weather's been so nice. And in particular, the last couple of things, which has been his theme for the last couple of weeks, is taking care of some areas. So there's 2 areas out the back and to the side of our cottage that's like a grass bank, except it was lacking grass, and it was more just sort of dried mud area with some weeds. And so he's been watering it, putting grass seed down, and he's really been enjoying that. And the grass is just looking amazing. The bank is looking amazing. It's looking awesome. And then we had this flower bed by the side of our cottage that also was very it's like, what do we do with it? We didn't know what to do with it, and he said, I'm going to grass it. And so he painstakingly started to work on this flower bed, and he started digging out, and this is just in the last week or so, and he just started a couple of weeks, and he started by digging all the stones out, and then he started digging it over, and then he was raking it, and then he was doing all whatever else he was doing around it. And then he was putting the grass seed in, and then he's watering it, and then he's loving it. And he was telling me that it'll take 6 weeks for the grass to come, but he tended to it every day. He was just like loving it. That's the only way I can describe it, and just giving it lots of attention and just really caring about it and just doing it. And he said 6 weeks, Carolina, we're going to have an amazing lawn, and the grass will grow and everything else. To his amazement, the grass started coming up 6 days. 6 days after he did it. And he said to me yesterday on our walk, he was going, it's such a great analogy, Carolina. And I loved his analogy, and it was all about how things that we take care of and that we love and that we nurture and we nourish and that we water and have the right conditions and with the sun and everything else. And then sometimes we don't see the fruits of our hard work straight away. It takes time. But then other times it's quicker. And he certainly got the reward of all the love and doing what he was doing. And the grass is starting to grow. And I noticed today it's even grown even more today. It's really incredible. And that's literally 6 or 7 days now. So he was just saying that's just so links to our manifestations and what we want in our life. And if we just take care of them, we take care of our dreams, we take care of those things, then it's all working underneath. And just because we don't see it doesn't necessarily mean it's not growing. So it's just thinking, what do you want to grow in your life? What do you want more of in your life? And what can you do to take care of that? It's a really nice analogy. I love that. And then the other thing that to do with Will I Can, and I meant to share this last week, but completely forgot. But I did share that we got an electric scooter, and we were saying we must get our bike helmets out to wear with the scooter. But of course we get the scooter and we don't use the bike helmets. And the first time about the second or third time Will used it we all had a practice. I struggled to begin with. I was like, I can't do it. And he's so patient with me. And he goes, just put that foot there, just do it and that. But I was frightened that it was going to go too quick and then I'd fall off, of course. But I did it very slowly and I managed to do it. And it was really good fun. And of course we weren't wearing our helmets. And then Will just wheeled it, did it, rode it up to the cottage. And of course it threw him off. It's uneven and it just threw him completely off. I saw the whole thing, and then he's laying on his back with his hands against his chest. I was like, oh my God. His forehead was bleeding. His arm was grazed. He was lying there with his arms on his chest. I was like, Will? He's like, I'm all right. I think he took one look at my face and was like, oh, Carolina's really worried here. And actually, I'm all right. Oh, gosh, thank goodness. But very quickly, within 5 minutes of getting this scooter, 10 minutes of getting this scooter, it was like, right, we need to wear the helmets. So now we get the mickey taken out of us by our children. Well, our grown adult children, because our helmets are from the 90s. We kept them. And of course, they find it hilarious. We are now wearing these helmets. But I'd much rather be safe. And I don't want to go through what I went through by witnessing Will coming off. And who knows what could have happened. So it was good. It was magical because he came off, because it reminded us to get those helmets out. So, so that was cool. So that's Will I Can use. He's enjoying this lovely weather and enjoying being outside and just I get home from work sometimes, or we finish at the end of the day and he's standing in mud and loving it. Proper little boy, and I love him. Love him, and I love it. I love his enthusiasm. It's lovely, so nice. Oh dear, let me take a breath for a minute. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, I think I shared with you that we were thinking of going to South Africa in September, and that I wasn't sure, and it was astrologically wasn't the right place, and we were really keen. But we've decided, I just wasn't necessarily, I'm feeling that I want to go to South Africa because it meets so many. We want to go on an adventure in October, basically. And we've looked at so many places, and South Africa seems to have got everything. We can do the garden route, which is an ocean route. We can go on safari, which we'd love to do. We can go whale watching in October, and we can do a road trip. So it's got everything that we could possibly want. We can go to the Kruger Park and everything. But I've got a funny feeling. In my tummy that we shouldn't go in October. And so we're not. We're going to trust my intuition, and maybe we'll go next year, but we're going to do some kind of adventure in October. But I just feel we need to wait. There is a reason why, and sometimes you just have to listen to that intuition when you don't even know why. There have been times in the past where I haven't listened to that. I've overrode it and then caught cold. And I'm not doing that again. So we're going to listen to this and we'll see what happens, even though I don't know why. But sometimes you just have to, don't you? You really do. So yeah, just to share that with you. And I think that's it. I think that's our week. Yeah, really, truly grateful. Oh, the other thing I did want to talk about, just on the subject of manifestation and attracting, and that is, I've been reflecting this past week about where I am right now, where we are right now. And I remembered that this was a dream. This was a manifestation that we put out, and then we forgot about it last spring, about wanting the life and the feeling that we wanted back then. We're now living it. And it was like a realization that actually, we've manifested this. And I know I'm probably talked about this before, but it's just like this realization every time. It's like I forget and then I remember and then I forget. And especially now I'm having this kind of little bit of a sabbatical where I'm able to work on some of this other work that I wanted to do. That was just a dream. A few months ago, it literally was just over a year ago. That was just a dream, and can't believe that I'm living. And just as I'm talking, you might hear in my voice I'm a little bit distracted, and that's because there's a beautiful nuthatch bird on the tree, picking at some grubs. Absolutely beautiful, so nice. It's lovely. So anyway, that is enough for me now. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed that. Lots of love to you. Big hugs. Let's just do a meditation. If you can close your eyes, and close your eyes. And if you can't, then don't. Do this with your eyes open. So let's just take a deep breath in. And release it. Breathing in, breathing out. Becoming aware of those gaps between the breath. And becoming aware of how sacred those gaps between the breath are. Falling into the stillness of those pauses, of those gaps. Knowing all is well. Knowing everything is here for you. Know we're manifesting, we're attracting every single moment. So what do you want to be attracting? What do you want in your life? Think of one thing. And how will it feel? What feeling will this give you? And start to feel it now. Breathing in, breathing out. Take good care of yourself. Have an amazing week, and I'll catch up with you next week. Take care. God bless. Bye. That's my week wrapped up. What stood out, what shifted, and what I'm taking forward. Now it's over to you. What moments shaped your week? What inspired you? Let's keep the conversation going. Come and connect with me on @thesoulcoach or YouTube and let me know your thoughts. If this episode spoke to you, feel free to share it, tag me, or send it to someone who might enjoy it too. See you next week for another reflection. But until then, take care, stay present, and keep journeying within.